Brickell French is a published runway and print model and model coach, college grad and Virginia native, and the owner of the That's Brickell brand. She has graced many runways, magazines, and billboards since beginning in 2008 as a model. She has also had experience and has been seen in various other places like music videos, worked as an internet radio personality, voiceovers, hosted events, acted in short film, and was the spokeswoman for the RVA Fashion Week in Richmond, Virginia. With her passion that drives deeper than just modeling, she is able to sow her personal values of positivity, self-worth, respect, faith, peace, and growth into the lives of everyone she works with. She seeks to inspire, encourage, educate, and shift mindsets through modeling. Thank you all so much for joining me for another episode of Blondie Spotlight. And today I have the fabulous, the phenomenal, the forever fierce. I got all those F's in there because it's Miss
Right.
Brickell French.
Yay. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so glad to be here. And I always love your spirit. So thanks for welcoming me in.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, for those who do not know you, could you share who you are and what you do?
Absolutely. So I am, like how you said, a model coach, Brickell French of That's Brickell. I'm not just model coach, I'm actually model. I started off as a model, and I think I will forever be model. But I actually stepped into coach role in 2019, and I also do mentorship. I'm a model advocate for proper treatment and fairness towards models. All right. Um, and I really got into modeling when I went off to college. I was super sheltered growing up. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to college. I want to break free of this. I'm going to try different things. And I came across a simple flyer that was on campus, come out to a casting. I went out, I did what I thought other people was doing. And apparently I was a special breed. And it just went from there. Like when I tell you, people was asking for me by name in different areas, and then it was different states, and I would be like, oh, "Okay, what time you need me in DC? Okay, I'll be there." And I'm like, literally,
Wow.
I didn't even have to cast. Like it will be Project Runway people there. Like I'm like, okay, I like this. I'm glad favor is upon me. So, I mean, modeling has been that thing that has brought me out of my shell and brought me to me as a woman and as a person. So, I love it.
I love that too. That is amazing. So I would say, so my next question is usually like, how did you get, what made you choose that industry? But it seems like it chose you. You just showed
It
up. But for you,
shows
that could
me.
have just been a hobby, but you decided to continue and pursuing it as a career. So what was
Right.
the turning point for you that made you decide like, this is it? Besides being absolutely gorgeous, what,
Well,
what else
thank you.
made you
Thank you.
decide that?
And I mean, other than yes, it definitely chose me. And I'm not sure if you've heard this, but and actually I think I heard it off of a movie, but it always stuck with me. If um if you're good at something, you may as well get paid from it. And there was nothing else that I have ever come across that when I tell you I dreamed about it, every time I got up, run and walked around the house, I was in model, like I lived it. And it was a difference between just doing it as a hobby. I think I started as a hobby, but then when I realized like, yo, I love this. And then when other people would ask me for help, I was a coach before I even knew I was a coach for real. So when I sat with myself and I realized like, oh, this is something more. Like I need to really take this serious. And when I will hear people come to me and say how impactful it was for them or me helping them, it even became more of a conviction for me. So yeah, it went from hobby, fun, getting cute, breaking out of my shell to no, this is business. This is on purpose. This is you're here for a reason in this capacity. And I took it on.
That is, that is dope. And that is a
Thank you.
very inspirational story because that's not usually how things, well, I can't say not usually, but from when you see like top model and stuff, oh, I was discovered on the subway. That's kind of your story. So to actually know somebody who has one of those
I was
Yeah.
discovered moments. That's so cool.
And I'm glad you brought that up too, because and actually I speak about this even when I am introducing people to my online model coaching program. I had tried out for America's Next Top Model a couple times and I did not get chosen. So everybody has their own paths. Everybody has their own way of doing things. But I didn't um just say, oh, well, I got turned away and I'm just going to tuck my tail and never come back to it. You have to have some thick skin and you have to have a reason for really doing this because people will hurt your feelings. They call me fat in my, not them, but industry people.
Okay.
They call me fat in my face. Like I'm standing here in underwear being called fat. Like there's no hiding when the embarrassment is here. So I mean, it has been an amazing journey. I mean, of course, there's ups and downs. However, I love it, and I think me and my spirit of loving it, I'm able to help people and draw them in to discovering what's hidden within themselves, to love it, and to really decide to grow their skill in it.
Okay. And just a moment ago, you did mention about like it having its ups and downs. So let's dive a little bit deeper into that. What would you say would be the benefits of being an entrepreneur and especially in your field because you're modeling and helping people model, coaching people on how to model. So you have like two sides of it. So what would you
Yeah.
say would be some of the benefits of being that type of entrepreneur?
Well, the benefits, I have control. I mean, I think everybody likes some element of control. Um, but I'm taking more serious because I'm showing up consistently in this certain way. And also, I mean, the benefits of it is you're invested. Like it's fun. And when I teach my clients, like, hey, I show you how to negotiate your rates, position yourself so that you are taken serious, so that you're not stuck in hobby mode or just having people, hey, you want to do a shoot just to shoot? No, is this gonna be in a magazine? Are you paying me? Like, what is the purpose of me giving you my time? So changing how you value yourself and your skill and your time. I mean, people just take you serious.
Okay.
So yeah.
And so in the opposite of that, what are some of the negatives when it comes to entrepreneurship in your industry as well?
I would say, and I have always been a freelance model, and actually going towards 2023, I said that I'm going to dabble into, oh, okay, maybe I seek out to be signed, but I would say some of the negatives is that you're waiting on somebody to put you somewhere instead of you creating a lane for yourself. Like I help my clients to not only find gigs within the industry, but also understand what skills and talents that they have, package all that together so it will highlight them in the industry. Because there's some people that they like to sing, they like to dance, they can do different things, and there's no point in putting that on the shelf just to model. No, no, no. We're going to use all that and bundle you up just like a package and add price or put you in different places where it will still elevate them. So, I mean, I tell you, I love me some, look, I am up there on the magazine on the back cover. I love me some modeling. Okay. So, and I mean, and it's not just, a lot of people think, oh, well, it's, you always want to just see yourself. No, it's the fact of, yes, I accomplished that, but now that I know how to do it, I can help somebody else to do it too. So
I
it's
love
just,
that. And
yeah,
that's a good point when you well, I think also with you, because I was about to say that's a good point when people say when you can't, I think the saying is like when you can't do, you teach, but you do and teach. So
I do. Yes,
therefore, you know what
yes,
you're talking about. And then you're like, I'm also living it. So I'm a living
exactly,
example of this is how you can make it happen. So that's
exactly.
amazing. I love that.
Yeah,
So
and when
go ahead, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I mean cut you off. But when I started coaching, people just assumed that I was going to retire. I'm like, I am too young to retire, honey. I'm just
Right.
going to add that on. And I guess a lot of people because it's really competitive in the industry. Yes. However, I'm not ordinary, and I'm sent on purpose. That's how I frame it because I can be in the same space as someone else, equally beautiful, great, tall, skin tone, whatever the case is, and still feel confident about who I am and what I bring and whatever the person's looking for, then okay, you have this choice to choose, but that doesn't mean I need all the gigs. Sometimes I don't want to be out in front. I just want to sit back and be like, that's what I'm talking about. Yes, you learn. Yes, that's my like I want to cheer them on. So I mean, being on front is nice, or being on like being out there is great. But what does that really mean if it leaves no lasting impact? So, yeah.
Very true. Very true. So let's get to know Miss Brickell a little bit more. What is something that people wouldn't guess about you, like a little known fact?
Um, I have a son. He's 7. This body,
Right.
this body.
That was a surprising fact. He was like, "Oh, I have a kid," and I'm like, "Oh, so it's like 2," and then you're like, "No, he's 7."
No, he is 7. And actually and you see exactly where he is, right beside me up there. So yeah, he is my little ball of energy, my little cold fire sign. So when we be in here dance battling together, like he is my heart.
Oh,
And when I'm low on energy, I look over and ain't nothing but energy all
he was like, "I
all
gotta catch
around.
up."
Exactly. So I would say that, and I'm also a pesca vegan. People are like a pescatarian? No. A pesca vegan. Okay.
Okay, break that down for
Vegan,
us.
vegan with a side of seafood. Don't cut my seafood out. Okay. I need my
Okay.
seafood.
I may need to try that because that's actually my issue. I would like, well, first of all, lamb chops. That's my first issue.
Oh,
Then, then I'm like, I feel like I could be vegan, but then I'm like, but I like salmon and I like
exactly.
seafood. Like,
Exactly.
I have to
Pesca
give that
vegan.
a shot.
Yep.
Okay, pesca vegan. Then made up, excuse me, we didn't
Look.
make it up. Brickell came with a new word today. Okay.
Exactly, because when you look at pescatarian, they still do dairy, they still do eggs, and I'm like, no, I don't do all that. So pesca vegan.
Okay. Didn't even it's so many things when people break down like what vegans don't eat or what's actually animal products that we don't always
Right.
associate with that. So I was like, okay, because I wasn't even
Mhm.
thinking about eggs when you say pescatarian. I'm just like, even though that does come from a chicken, so that makes sense that you probably shouldn't eat it. But mm, okay. So speaking of animals, do you have a favorite animal? And if so, what would you, if you could be any animal, what would you be and why?
If I could be an ant, I would like to be a lioness,
Okay.
which is also my sign. I'm a Leo, so
Okay.
you
Fitting,
know.
fitting.
And I say that, I mean, other than it being my sign, I say it because they hold their king down. Mine ain't here yet. So Lord, 2023. Okay, great.
Send it over here to the
Receive.
Lord.
But it's just a fact of she is beautiful and powerful in her own simplistic elegance, but still strength. So
I
that's
love
me.
that. That is beautiful. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay. So, what needs to happen for you to have a good day?
Oh, is it a weekday or is it a weekend?
Whichever one you want to go with, honey.
No, I would say getting up and doing my morning routine, like making sure that my morning is secure. I have over the years made sure that my mornings matter because you can spend time in bed and time just get away and then you just reacting to the day. But when you take the time and being intentional with those start hours, it makes all the difference. So I have my spirituality got the manifestation, got a little here that, make sure you eat, get some water. You need some water early in the morning. Just be present within yourself before you got to go out to the ruckus of work or dealing with kids or just getting on your phone and being stressed about what somebody posted on your time. Like, beyond all that, being okay with yourself and saying, I am here, I feel good, I look good, and I'm ready for the day.
That's a good point. Yes. I need to get better at that because my morning routine is like, oh, we on it today. We not. We on, okay. So I'm getting better. I was like, December, I'm definitely going to focus and be really in tune with actually being intentional. That's what I was trying to think of the word. I couldn't think of it.
Right.
I was like, December, I'm going to be intentional. And so far, I'm doing good. So
That's good.
I'm gonna take this as confirmation from you that, like, keep it up,
Ding,
girl.
ding. There you
It makes
go.
a difference.
Yep.
Okay.
But I mean, trust, I am not perfect. I have my ups and downs too. And especially with my son, it's like week on, week off, trying to make sure that I still have that balance when he's not here bugging me. It's like, oh, okay, I still got to do this for me. Like this matters to me, myself, as my best client. So when I frame it in my mind as me being a client, I do better by me. Because when I serve my clients, I'm on it. Like, I want to make sure that I'm delivering. So I need to deliver here.
I love that thought process, and I'm going to do that because I am like that with my clients. I think most people are.
Exactly.
You're going to go above and beyond and just give them your best, but then we got to do that for ourselves too.
Exactly.
These gems, yes, ma'am.
Drop. But also because for me, I had to look at different areas of my life to see where I excelled, where stuff worked, where I had success. I was able to graduate with a bachelor's, a master's. And I thought, how did that program work for me? It was set up by semesters. They had it outlined what you're gonna be doing. You can graduate, you will finish by this date. So I translated that even into my own life of, okay, I got a lot to do, I got a lot of goals. Let me decide on which ones is gonna be the focus and break down every week, every day, like, what does that look like? To make sure like I'm holding myself accountable to becoming more of what I want to be. So you got to use what you already are good at and see, well, why did that work? And see if you can flip it to another area that you're struggling with.
Good point. Just dropping them. Okay, finish this sentence. When I'm not working, I like to blank.
Sleep. I am a good napper. When I tell you I'm gonna get my nap, I'm gonna get my nap. And I think I have mastered the short nap.
How short is a short nap? Because is it a cat nap or is this just like you just 5 minutes? Because I'm like, that's the nap that's gonna piss me off. So what type of nap is it that you're taking?
Between 9 and 12 minutes. Look at her face. and I say that because when my head go down, I'm out. It don't take me no time to turn my mind off. I unplug. I'm like, nope. And if I'm having troubles with relaxing my mind, I think about me laying down, looking up at the clouds floating by, and just how peaceful it is just to watch the clouds. Don't think about nothing. Out. You'd be like, oh, that was a great nap.
See, okay, so that makes sense because for me, I'm like, no, I can't do 12 minutes because that's gonna be how long it's gonna take me to actually quiet my mind and go to sleep. But okay, and we've heard of counting sheep, but now it's imagine the clouds.
No,
so that's like a very good, like I can see that as like a, you know how they do like the YouTube videos, like where it's like a fireplace that you're watching or something, right? Just clouds just floating on by. That may need to be something you end up doing. I'm not gonna do it, but maybe you should.
I like that. I'm gonna have to write that down. I wrote that down.
Put some soothing music over just the clouds floating by.
Exactly. But honestly, I mean, because and I started doing that because I was at a stressful job and I go to my car to take a nap. I put that seat all the way back And then I just watch the clouds float by, and it was so relaxing. Then I go back to work and feel better. So I translated that, another translation,
Mm-hmm.
into when I need to unplug my mind. I think of the same clouds floating by, and you pass right out. I look.
I'm gonna test it out now. I'm gonna text you
That,
if it don't work.
that,
I am gonna test that out though, because I'm like, I like things like that that can help quiet my mind, because it'd be a
but
little
you gotta
loud
have
when
your
it comes
eyes
out.
closed. You can't actually be out here like, okay, well, I don't see no clouds today. Like where? Just close your eyes and think of it. So
Okay, so we're gonna play a little game right quick. We're gonna play this or that, okay?
okay, all right.
Let me see, because I gotta find a good one for you.
Give me some good now.
Okay. This or that fashion edition, okay?
Ooh, I like
Fancy or casual?
fancy.
Of course, the earrings should tell us that
Yeah.
anyway. Pants or skirts?
High-waisted pants.
Okay. Dresses or rompers?
Dresses.
I like it's just a good throw and go either way. It's not I gotta fix my top to match my bottom. It's just one piece.
Dang. I just threw this dress on. I ain't had to iron it. I'm like, whatever is easy and I can be cute, boom, we good.
Yes, easy fashion. We love that. Effortless. That's the word. Effortless
Effortless.
fashion.
Exactly. Yeah.
Neutrals or colorful?
Colors.
Okay.
Mhm.
Heels or sneakers?
Heels. Don't ask me about those sneakers. I will not know which one is who done what. No.
And I'm similar with you too, because I'm like, if it's a cute heel, I feel like, oh, that's great. And then this is now what is that again now? Now how much
Like
is
which
that? Oh
ones are
no, we're going
Kobe's?
back over here to these heels, because no, I'm not doing
Kobe's? LeBron?
that.
I know Puma. I know Puma now.
I'm like, Jordans is with Nikes, but who is that? I just go back over here to my side of the store. That's what I'm gonna
Right.
do. Online shopping or going to the store?
This day and age, definitely online, but I have to know the measurements of whatever it is, because some of them websites,
Yes.
they wrong. They
Yes.
real wrong.
They have
So
to
yes.
send stuff back very
Yes,
quickly.
exactly.
Okay. Winter or summer?
Summer, easy.
July. Your birthday's in July, right? Or August?
August.
Okay,
August.
I'm right in front of you with July. So I was like, I knew we were
Mhm.
summer babies. So I'm
Yeah,
like
exactly.
right there with you.
Yep.
All right. Last one, which I'm gonna change this because it was staying in or going out, but since we're going out and being fabulous, I would say, would you rather a nice dinner or a fabulous event? Well, an event. We don't have to say it's fabulous because you're gonna be fabulous making it fabulous. So
A
you have a
dinner
preference, like,
or an
oh, I just
event.
want a nice dinner and I'm cute, take my picture, or it's like I'm at an event and more people can see me, take my picture.
I would say event. I would say event. And I mean, it kind of goes back to the food stuff too. We can do food, but food is kind of frustrating sometimes. We can go to an event. Oh, honey.
We can pick me up something on the way home. Get me writing.
Exactly, exactly. So definitely an event.
Okay, so let's jump back into the business. If you were giving advice to someone starting out, or I guess to yourself when you were starting out, what would be the first thing that you would tell them to do, or the previous you to do?
When it comes to modeling or just in general?
I'll say, well, with entrepreneurship, I'll say that. So
Okay.
with you branching off into coaching, even though for you, you were branching off in, so especially for you, because you were coaching and modeling, it was like splitting. So what would
Mhm.
you say for beginning you, looking back, what would you tell you starting out?
Starting out, find somebody that's already doing it. Find a coach, because finding a coach saves so much time, energy, wrongdoing, frustration, and they are the plug for people that you gonna need in your life. So definitely, I mean, it is nice to do it on your own, but if the will is already there, ride that thing. Don't go and create something. I mean, you can create, but ride that thing.
Yes.
So yeah,
That is one of my favorite things. I'm like, we are not reinventing a wheel. Find somebody who did what you want to do and let's do that. It's not going to be exactly the same
exactly.
because you're going to put your own little sprinkle, your little spin on it.
Exactly.
Yes, I
You
love
are
that. I love
you
that.
are graced in your own way, but still pick these nuggets up to implement how you need them. Take what you can take, shelf the rest. Okay? Because you probably will need it later.
That's true. Okay. So what would you say would be the goal, whether you want to say for 2023, if you want to say for the next 5 years, what is the goal for That's Brickell? And that can be with modeling, coaching. Where's your goal? We can do a little manifestation right now.
Oh, yes, vibes. I would say, so I'm going to start with me because I am That's Brickell. I am still out here modeling. So my personal goal, since I've basically done everything, I want to be signed with a actual high ranking talent agency, modeling agency. That is my personal goal because I'm just like, yo, I still look good. Let me go ahead and get
Wait,
signed.
first of all, I want to interrupt that because it's not just modeling, ma'am. You host as well. So we can say talent agency because you can do a lot of things. You are not
True,
just a pretty face.
true that. I'm glad you mentioned that. Because I mean, honestly, I don't be thinking about everything that I've done, but yes, host, I have been the internet radio host, like I have hosted events, internet radio, acted, dance and music videos, voiceovers, like whatever you need, darling. I
Right.
probably
I was about to say, you have done all of the things when you said I've done a lot. Yeah, don't forget. Don't forget about it.
so I mean that would probably be the next big thing for me because I've done magazines, I've done hair well when I had hair, I don't have nothing now. I've done hair magazines, been on billboards, um, I've done it. So between getting signed and then doing international work,
Okay.
I would
Oh,
like to do
yes.
that.
Catching flights. Yes. And
Catching
what about for
using
your
this
coaching?
passport,
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
using this passport up, yes, ma'am.
Yes. Stamps all 2023 and beyond.
And beyond, exactly.
Okay.
Um,
And as far as for your coaching business, what do you see for that? What's the goal for that?
so I'm glad you asked. Actually, I do have something awesome in the works. I can't say a lot of details on it because it is still hush hush, but I will be having a TV show and it will be pertaining to models. But that's all I'm gonna say. But
Oh,
stay tuned. Um, it is a blessing that I was just like, say what? Okay. I had said it, and that's the manifestation. I had said it, but I wasn't thinking that it would come so soon. I was just like, oh shoot. Thank you, Lord. It's spring. I'm excited. Um, so between my show, of course, my services online, I have my own model coaching program where I help models to navigate so they can book their own modeling gigs without having to be signed to an agency. So it gives them their independence and takes the ownership of their journey back. Um, but I'm not opposed to getting signed. Okay, we'll put that up there. What else? I have a lot of different products that I have been um, letting brew and things that should have been out this year. This year has brought some challenges, including my health. So I have decided to give myself some grace and put it to 2023, where I'm like, look, sometimes you got to pause for you. So I'm going to have a couple of different products being released, a lot of things around confidence, because that is a part that a lot of people do struggle with. It's not just models, it is individuals, it's kids, it's men. So I'm going to be having different resources for that as well. And one of the resources that I actually have available tonight to the crowd is my dollar download. If you are interested and if you want to just go for the gusto, I do This wonderful resource is for men, women, kids, and it is the top 10 agencies in each state. So I made sure not to omit anyone. So if you were in any of the states, there is an agency there that I have verified that I would trust. I didn't put the shady ones on there. No disrespect if you didn't make the list, but I made sure that it was crafted with love. So if you are interested in becoming a model, you want to grab this resource and then get my help along the way, then definitely do that as well. You can get it at $download.thatsbrickell.com.
Okay,
And
love it,
yeah,
love it. So as we're giving out our resources, excuse me, not our, as you're giving out your resources, let's go ahead and lay the rest of it out. Let people know how they can work with you, how they can follow
absolutely.
you, so that way they can find out more about your show and any other secret tidbits that you're going to be dropping later on in the year, in the new year.
Definitely.
How can
Yeah.
people follow you and work with you?
Absolutely. So on all platforms at That's Brickell, and you can make sure you get the spelling right. Okay. That's Brickell. And that's on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. That's Brickell.com is my personal modeling site. But to actually work with me, you can go to workwithbrickell.com, and that's how you get started. And if you want to cop that dollar resource, $download.thatsbrickell.com.
I love it. Thank you so much. This was great. And don't worry,
Definitely.
I have the links below so you can just scroll on down, click it, and make sure that you connect with Miss Brickell. You're
Yes,
not
yes.
going to you're going to be so grateful that you did, okay? Thank you so
Absolutely.
much for coming on.
Thank
I'm so happy
you.
to have you.
It was so fun. This was a highlight of my evening, so thank you.
Yes. Thank you all again so much for tuning in. And until next time, bye. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Blondie Spotlight. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure that you give this video a thumbs up, drop a comment, and subscribe. You can also stream this show on several podcast platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and Overcast.